unjust war, torture, lies, theocracy, Katrina. The world can't wait for us to drive out the Bush regime. After 4 years and over 500,000 dead in Iraq, after people tried to stop him by voting for Democrats in November, Bush is sending more troops to this illegal, unjust, and immoral war. The quagmire in Iraq has not made Bush and Cheney less likely to start a new war. It makes them more compelled to invade Iran. Their views that they have to escape forward and fight the war in a larger regional theater. The threat against war with Iran is real and we must stop it. There will be no savior from the Democratic Party. Just this last week, they changed their appropriation bill to say that Bush doesn't even need to check with them before he starts a war with Iran. And all the Democratic candidates, Barack Obama, Hillary Clinton, John Edwards, they've all insisted that all options, including nuclear options, should remain on the table with Iran. Plus, Hillary just came out and said that if she's elected, she'll keep the troops in Iraq. This makes clear we must stop the torture, the unjust wars, and the growing theocracy. This means we must drive out the Bush regime. We must stand against the juggernaut of war and repression and show the world that there's another option, another way to oppose this besides Islamic fundamentalism. We must bring forward another option through our protest and resistance. And I just want to say that the problem is not that protest doesn't make a difference. It's that we haven't had nearly enough protest, and it hasn't been nearly demanding enough. We haven't yet seen the campuses shut down across this country in massive student strikes. We haven't yet seen the weapons shipments blocked at ports across the country. We haven't yet heard the voices of celebrities calling out Bush as a war criminal every time you turn on the TV. There's Aaron Wattada who refused to fight, but we haven't seen thousands of troops rebelling and refusing to carry out war crimes. We've seen Cindy Sheehan wake up the country and the world, but we haven't yet seen an encampment of thousands, swelling to hundreds of thousands, out in front of the White House that refuses to leave until the man is brought out in handcuffs. Students, remember March 20th in 2 days, join Students for a Democratic Society and World Can't Wait in campuses across the country and walking out on the anniversary of the Iraq War. The mission of all of us living in this country must be to stop the war in Iraq now, make sure there's no war in Iran, and impeach Bush and Cheney for war crimes. The world can't wait. Drive out the Bush regime.
Thank you.
My kid is 13 and I still don't know if he's going to get drafted or not.
Right. That's a good point.
Okay?
Have you ever done more than going to a march or a rally in terms of activism?
Not really.
Yeah.
No, I haven't had time. I got a big family.
Yeah. What would it take, do you think, to make you really step out of your comfort zone a lot more, to stop the war?
What would it take? My kid's getting drafted.
Yeah.
Tell me what you want, what you really want. Tell me what you need, what you really need. How we gonna get it?
People power!
How we gonna get it?
People power!
What brings you out to this march tonight?
I was not aware of it, and then I checked it out, and I was like, oh, this is good stuff, man. So I came and came.
And is this your first march you've ever been to?
Actually, yes.
It is?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
What finally got you out here?
Well, I'm not from here. I'm from South America, and I also believe that real change has to start from within.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I'm also shy, and big crowds kind of scare me a little bit.
Sure.
But yeah, so it's not. I mean, I'm totally with this.
Go, hey, hey. All right.
What do you think about like the immigration raids that have been happening lately around California?
What I think about the immigration rates?
Yeah.
You mean it's complicated, man. It's I mean this country has always been of immigrants, you know. So
Yeah.
why now stop it? You know.
Yeah.
It's like.
What do you see yourself doing in the future to engage in more activism against the war and against the Bush administration?
Well, I am I'm doing a psychology degree, a doctoral psychology degree. So I want to work with individuals, and like I want to work with individuals to help them become better human beings and get more in touch with their heart and get more in touch with their life. And I think that can. I don't think I'm gonna be much of a big thing place, but I want to work with individual people, and I think that makes a big difference too. Yeah.
What do you think about more people getting out in the streets and raising a little more hell than has been the case so far here in America?
I think that's really great. I mean, I can use myself as an example. I haven't done it before, and now I'm here, and like if more people start doing it like me, you know, it's like better, and it's like it's so easy to be in denial, you know, at an individual level as well as at a collective level. It's so easy to stay in denial.
I want to see the war stop and want to bring home the boys back.
And is this your first protest you've been to?
It's my fourth. Writing to the senators, writing, even writing to Congress, even writing to the Bushes. That's where, we need to talk to the people, not only talking to the people, but talking to the people behind the people. Talking to the people that makes the choices.
And what do you think it would take to get you to step more like outside of your comfort zone to engage in more like aggressive activism against the Bush administration to stop the war?
Self-awareness of what's going on around the world, not only what we're doing to everyone else, it's the whole world being together as one. And when you find out that who's being, the gap is actually getting wider between the rich and poor, if we can bring that together by sharing and justice, then there will be no more war.
How do you make that happen?
By communicating, letting the word out, writing to your congressman, voting for the right people.
And what if the elections get stolen like the last two elections?
Oh, it's not only the last two, it's been going on forever.
Then why is voting such a good way to have political change?
It's one of the ways.
Oh.
The other ways, if you're not in the voting, you really don't have a say, but the main thing is just to get the word out that there should be no more war. And who wants to go to the war? It's a money-making machine. And it's actually politics at its worst.
What's a good way to get that word out?
Media.
Media?
Okay. Telling friends, word of mouth, advertising in any way you can. Media is very powerful. Bringing back the power to the people is actually more powerful than writing to your congressman. It's letting everybody know what's going on around the world.
How do we go up against those big media conglomerates that own like most of the corporate and mainstream media that typically they fail to report very accurately on the reasons leading up to the war, the WMD, the stolen elections, Hurricane Katrina, you name it. Like, how do you confront a media that is dominated by corporations that support the Bush administration?
There's nothing we can actually do by talking to the corporations and to the CEOs that are behind the corruption. What we have to do is tell the people, and on a day like today, protest against it. Show them our voice. Our voice is actually more powerful than anything else. If we know that there's corruption going on, we should have to have our say. And today's a day where we have our say.
How can we get more people out in the streets than we did today?
Letting self-awareness, putting the word out. Via email, whether it be billboards, whether it be telephone, any kind of telecommunication will do.